Former State Superintendent of Education Carmen Ayala announced back in November that she was going to be retiring this month and that a new superintendent was just named. So what can you tell us about Tony Sanders and his background?
Well, Tony Sanders has a very interesting kind of pedigree and history. He's been the superintendent, Unit 46, which is the Elgin Schools District. It's a combined district, elementary and high school. And it's the second largest school district in the state. It's a very diverse school district in terms of its student makeup. About 3/4 of the students are students of color. 55% of the student population is Latino, and 60% of the kids there are low income. So this is a very urban kind of school district, and someone who's been there. I think he's been superintendent since 2014. His dad was also a superintendent, I think, in 3 states.
Oh, wow.
And was the deputy secretary of education. So he's got this lineage and then this history. So a lot of good things have been said about him. Pritzker's praised him. The district has praised him.
Do we have a sense yet of what he wants to accomplish in the role?
Well, I haven't seen anything that he said publicly yet about this, so that's unclear. But based upon what he's done in Elgin, I imagine that dual education or dual language programming is going to be a big thing for what he wants to see statewide. And the Elgin district is a great district for that kind of program. And there's going to be a need for that, particularly in suburban Cook County and some other parts of the Chicago region that are diversifying. The Latino population has exploded in suburban Cook County, and we are, I think, beginning to see the seeds of some of that being planted in some of the school districts. Particularly the Latino population in Illinois is younger. So when you see population centers that are largely Latino, there are usually going to be a fairly healthy number of school-age children in those areas, and suburban Cook is growing in that way. So it's an ideal time for someone with his background, with what he's done in Elgin, perhaps to be in this seat.
Yeah.
The challenge, though, the big challenge is, student performance, particularly among students of color, among poor children, is usually not as good as it is among their white peers. And so there's going to be that challenge. And Elgin has done well in terms of Elgin standards. They're kind of across the board. They're kind of typical with the statewide average. When you look at the early education numbers, though, the children in the early education program, which he started there, are a little bit below average. And so those are going to be some challenges that need to be addressed.
Big shoes to fill.
Not to mention funding, of course, particularly for districts where a fair number of the students are low income.